The microbes we're using should naturally exist in undisturbed ground. So all we're trying to do is return that soil biology to a more natural state. By applying this, what we're slowly doing, we are returning the ground to where it might have been before farming started. By increasing the organic matter, by returning nutrients, we actually prolong the life of the ground. And it's just all about improving your soil biology. Now, one of the results of that is through the normal biological process of the volume of bacteria we're putting in, you will start to build organic matter. The principal flaw to most of the current microbials is they are basically designed with one or two species. With Terra-One, it's multiple species. But one of the biggest differences is the blending of Mycorrhizal. There's 4 different species of mycorrhiza in there too. A bacteria is a single cell organism. A mycorrhiza is a fungus. And the difference between the two is one has certain weaknesses and the other one has certain strengths. And they offset each other, so you get the benefit of both. One of the most important functions of mycorrhiza is it secretes a glue-like substance. This glue-like substance draws moisture to it and holds moisture longer in the soil for the plant. That's one of the critical pieces. The other critical piece of mycorrhiza is it is a good phosphorus solubilizing agent. It means it pulls fixed phosphorus out of the soil and transfers it to available phosphorus to the plant. Every plant that grows has to have that microbial population in order to transfer those nutrients. Right now, fertilizer, and I understand this, I used to farm, fertilizer is kind of your safety net, and it's comfortable. You know that if you apply so many pounds of nitrogen, so many pounds of phosphorus, it's going to result in this. Keep it in mind, in your first year availability on any fertilizer is about 25%. So what we want to do, what if I told you we can increase the efficiency of that, even to 30%? Look at the more nutrients you get out of it. Long term, we can enhance that. We're not talking about doing away with fertilizer. We're talking about a product that will add the next dimension to your fertility. This product could be applied in a multitude of ways. It can be via chemigation through a center pivot. It can also be applied aerially. It can be applied with your planter. Any way you deliver a liquid, you could deliver this to the plant. The only exception, again, is you can't apply it with a herbicide, pesticide, as is there. But interesting enough, you can apply the herbicide on the front side of your tractor, and you could be applying this on the back side, and that's okay. You just can't mix them together. One of the things that I had to do, being involved in science, I had to prove it first to myself to make sure it works. And because of that, and since this time, in the varying ground we've been, I'm very comfortable sitting across from anyone and looking them in the eye and telling them this will work.
What are you guys seeing for yield increase?
Typically, if this was a normal year, we typically see 6 to 10 bushel first year per acre. All farmers are businessmen, and they ought to be seeing 3 to 5 times the return on their investment. Typically what we see on our alfalfa fields is in most of the areas I'm in, the relative feed value is going to run 150, 160. And what we see by the second cutting is 200. Well, one of the things that you're going to develop with alfalfa is, again, it's also it is a nodule forming plant. Therefore, you benefit by the formation and nodulization. But really what you're after is increased tonnage. The more tonnage you can take off per acre, the more productive the ground is. And we've seen through practical applications that we will increase the tonnage.
How about for tonnage?
Tonnage, generally 1 to 1.5 ton increase per acre, per cutting.
Yep. Wow.
And in a lot of our applications, we've actually increased 1 cutting per season. Ideally, I would love to tell you to put it on the whole 800 acres, but let me tell you why I don't. In the first year, you've got to see for yourself what the product's going to do for you. If you put it on all 800 acres, suddenly you have no marker to say, did it work, didn't it? Did my yield increase only occur because better weather conditions? So what we generally recommend is that you at least pick one field and split the field. You want the same field, so close proximity to the same ground, and treat one half and leave one half untreated. Now you have the contrast of a treated versus untreated field. This product is designed for the long-term benefits as well as short-term. What I mean by that is you're going to see in your first year, you're going to see yield increases. But what you want to look at is this is a way to give back to the soil what's been taken away from it over multiple years of farming. And by being able to put it back into the soil, you will protect that soil and the productivity of that soil for many years to come.